What if you could switch in Ursaluna, get it burned without it taking any damage? What if you could switch in Torkoal without it taking any damage and go for a full force eruption on the next turn with Trick Room up? What if you could get a Pokemon on the field that has 2 substitutes in front of it? That's what this team is built to do. With Sceptile in Sceptile's arsenal, you're able to turn 1, go for a Sceptile, set the Trick Room with a really beefy Indeedee, and have a Pokemon come in that's ready to sweep for the rest of the match. I hope that you're excited today to use this Sceptile team. I sure as heck am. Like, comment, subscribe if I'm describing you this very moment. Rental code PokePaste, full team breakdown in the description. And let's hop into some battles here, shall we? All right, I'm seeing rain. We're going to have some weather wars. I'm seeing Blastoise, which is just fun. I like that because it's fun. I'm seeing a bunch of stuff that I'd like to hit with Torkoal for sure. It might not be a Mimikyu game because I'm seeing some stuff that I might want to hit with Ursaluna too. Ursaluna's nice for like the Archaludon, for example. Psychic Terrain's going to help me out a ton in this game too. Okay. Yeah, okay. We'll go Indeedee. That's just how it always goes. And then Ursaluna could be nice on the Switch. Yeah, I don't hate it. And we'll go with Torkoal too. If I can get the Psychic Terrain up, like, and keep it up, which I don't, bar like Ice Spinner, which I don't think any of those Pokemon get Ice Spinner. They don't have any way of stopping terrain. And this team is meant to go crazy offensively once you set the Trick Room. Like, you're trying to use, like, you basically only have time to set 1 Trick Room with this team for the most part. We could see a water spout come out of the Blastoise too. That could be spooky. I don't know that they would click it with Sceptile sitting right in front of their salad, though, so I think I can try to Sceptile and try to Trick Room here. I'm hoping. I could go Torkoal. That would reduce an oncoming water spout. But I tell you, I want to go Ursaluna. I'm a little bit wary of the Archaludon attacking into the Sceptile slot, breaking the sub on Ursaluna, and then getting hit by a water move. Like, that would suck. I think I'm going to risk it, though. I think I'm going to risk it. Let's see. Because if we get this, it's just an Ice Beam into Ursaluna. Okay, that's fine. Wow, the Blastoise outsped there, huh? Plus Snarl, sure. And now we get the free burn right there. So that's clean. We like that. I'm going to Tera Ghost in case they body press Ursaluna here. And I'm going to Facade into the Blastoise slot. I'm going to Helping Hand. Because I'm doing it this way, I don't need... Like, I'm using my Tera as sort of a foe follow me. In case they wanted to use a move into Ursaluna there, burn the Tera. If I was clicking follow me, then I wouldn't need to burn the Tera. They're going to give me Pelipper here, which is great. Because if I can get rid of the Pelipper before Torkoal comes in, then I just get Sun. Ghost doesn't help me with anything really defensively or offensively in this moment, besides just not being weak to a water move. Not that we needed it. Not that we needed it. I want to get rid of that Pelipper, man. Here's the King Gambit. Okay, and we are a ghost type now. So I think I facade you and I follow me with Indeedee. They can't Sucker Punch, so that's why the Ghost Tera isn't as scary. And what's also nice is that if we get into a situation in which Trick Room does expire, Sceptile is super great to have because it is just built for speed. So oftentimes in scenarios like Sceptile's in the back waiting for Trick Room to be over, and then we have... Ooh, did I keep low kick on the Sceptile? I can't remember. I thought that I did. But yeah, can't. Drop the Pelipper, that's great. We get Sun. If it comes to that. Kowtow Indeedee. Indeedee drops, but now Torkoal can come in before the Psychic Terrain ends, which means I don't get Sucker Punched. Follow Me is really nice for that, too, to, like, speed up your free switches in this sort of, like, hyper Trick Room team. There's the Archaludon. Did they Tera yet? They didn't, right? No. I'm going to Headlong into you, and I'm going to Eruption as well. Battle was canceled. They didn't let me click my animations. Shame that. But really great execution of the team. That's how it's supposed to go. I took a couple of dice rolls there, but it's really, really hard for your opponent to guess exactly what you're going to do. Like, you're putting them in a really tough spot when you make that lead. So I kind of, having used the team a bunch at this point, I kind of leaned into the fact that I knew they were going to have like a tough decision. And that's why I felt like I could risk bringing Ursaluna in there, even though it would have been very easy for my opponent to deal some serious damage to Ursaluna on that play. They played a little bit more passively, though. Good game to my opponent. Very fun. Some cool... Oh, it's almost a mono dragon team. I was going to say. They brought both dragon steel types, excluding Dialga. 2 dragon flyings, 2 dragon steels, and another steel type. It's almost a mono steel team. It's almost mono flying. Okay. Well, they all go fast, so let's try and go slow. That's my instinct. I think we can go Indeedee. I think we can go Sceptile. And then I really like Torkoal and Mimikyu here. Mimikyu is going to be here to set Trick Room if I can't get it up with Indeedee. If they double into Indeedee turn 1, then we might not be able to get the Trick Room up. But if you bring Mimikyu, then you have another chance of doing that, and a really good chance because you're sitting behind like a sub and then also a disguise. And then Torkoal obviously just messes with their ability to do things with rain. Could be cool to have the Ursaluna for some of the steel types. Less so for the flying types. Interesting. I mean, makes me wonder if there's like a special Salamence or a special Dragonite with Hurricane. One of the two of them probably, right? I'd love for them to try to set Tailwind, and the fact that we're getting this Spadef boost here from the Psychic Seed is great. Because that means they basically have to double into Indeedee if they want to try and stop Trick Room. That's my read. We're definitely just going to Shed Tail. Sceptile will move first here. And I think I can just go into Mimikyu. I don't want to go into Torkoal before I see the Pelipper, if I can help it. Very possible that I didn't even bring the Pelipper. But I would if I saw a Torkoal. I can go Mimikyu here. Mimikyu is sitting behind like 15,000 things. Ooh, the dual wing beat is nice there. Oh, the dual wing beat is actually kind of gross. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah, dual wing beat. One of like 3 moves that you could possibly run into that could ruin this strategy. And they crit the Indeedee. Good game to my opponent. Okay, Trick Room versus Trick Room, but they have a sneaky speed boy, and I have a sneaky speed boy. Okay? It's hard to say. It's hard to say exactly what, you know, this is like a game where I'd love to have a best out of 3 with this person, but we're both going to sort of roll the dice on who we're going to bring in the first place. And that's going to determine a lot of what happens here. I like Sceptile and Indeedee. I'll do my thing. I don't hate... It's hard. I don't hate Mimikyu. I think I'm going to try Ditto here. Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need to pick Pokemon that are going to go slower than my opponent. But I don't know which ones they're going to bring. If I bring Ditto, I know I'm the same speed as them, and I have a better chance at moving first because of Quick Claw. So kind of a weird play here. Oh gosh, I wish Sceptile was on the other side, though. But that's okay. I don't know if I'm even going to Shed Tail here, if I'm honest. I might just attack the Indeedee. I think I'm just going to attack the Indeedee and helping hand it. I feel like my opponent might set Trick Room, and then I just don't need to worry about doing it myself. I do wish that I clicked Indeedee, and like I wish Sceptile was facing the Armourouge, because then I might just go right into Ditto with the Shed Tail. They did set the Trick Room. Look at that. Okay. I'm just going to do the same thing, to be fair. If they kill Sceptile, they kill Sceptile, and then I just get Mimikyu in. Wouldn't hate that. And we do have the room service on Mimikyu, which is a really niche item. Niche. However you say it. And I think that might make me slower than Armourouge, though I do need to check. Mimikyu's like a weirdly fast Pokemon. Not fast enough, not slow enough, you know? One of those. Oh yeah, Sceptile's dead. Okay. Let's give it a go here. Speed dropped. I think I need to play rough and helping hand again. I could psychic instead of... Maybe I do that instead. Yeah, let's do that instead. They gotta follow me here, right? Because otherwise I could hit their psychic type with a ghost move. Whereas if they follow me, I'm going into a normal type. And that's why I want to get rid of Indeedee first. Cool. Mimikyu did move before Armorers there. That's great to know. Because that means I'll be able to hit it on this next turn before it hits me. Unless they bring Torkoal in here, in which case I would need to Tera Fire. That's tough. Does Tera Fire even save me from... Oh, they brought in Glade. Okay, cool. We're chilling. I kind of like the Phantom Force. I kind of like the Phantom Force. I can follow me here, or I can... Honestly, I can Psychic into the Glade. I think I'm going to do that. This buys me a little bit of time. And now I get to be Armourouge. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I get to be Armourouge with Ditto. But I have way more HP than their Armourouge does. Like, it's not way more. But we know that Mimikyu is going to hit the Armourouge on this next turn, and if it wants to Tera, it has to do that now. I think I just Expanding Force. Any reason why I would Dragon Tera? They don't really have anything super effective against me right now. Maybe they can have Knockoff? It could be worth. It could be worth the Dragon Tera here. I think I'm going to give it a go, and I'm going to click Expanding Force. Their Armor is just going to leave, opening up a window for my Mimikyu and my Armorers to crush whoever this is. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the Phantom Force won't do anything. But the Expanding Force will hurt. What's the Glade going to do, though? Is the Glade going to hit my Mimikyu on return? That was a good switch. I don't know why. I had it in my mind that the Torkoal was in the back. Psycho Cut into my Pokemon that was going to resist that. That's a bummer. I thought it was Knockoff. Damn. Okay. We kind of need the Quick Claw to activate for Ditto. We kind of need it. can protect Ditto once. I think that might be worth it. They might not be expecting to protect. A lot of Dittos run, choice items. They wide guard. That's fine. I don't know what move they thought I was clicking there. They went for EQ. That's why they clicked wide guard. Mimikyu survives, though. This is a really fun game. It's going to come down to whether or not my Quick Claw activates, I think. Because Mimikyu, we now know, is going to be slower. Like, the way that Room Service works is that you're not slower in Trick Room and then fast again when Trick Room ends. Your speed drops when Trick Room goes up. So Mimikyu is slower than the Armorage. And it makes no sense for me to have... I think I have to attack this guy, because they can't click Earthquake on this turn unless they protect with the Armorage, right? Oof, but if I do that... No, I think I have to Phantom Force you. And just Armor Cannon you. Is that the right play? Can't tell. I moved first, so I want a speed tie there, in fact. They should not have attacked my... I played for the protect chance that their armors are going to protect themselves. Yeah, they should not have attacked my my armors, and they didn't. They're going to lose some leftovers here. It's going to come down really close to the wire, but I can only hit them with Expanding Force now. I have Flash Fire. We know this. Yeah, I have to win the speed tie, and I need Expanding Force to kill at that point, and it's just not going to do it. Yeah, they won the speed time. GG's. Ultimately, the wrong move was to Tera Dragon there. I take way less damage from a Psycho Cut. Into a situation where, in that last moment where it's Armorage v Armorage, if I had more HP, I maybe could have banked on the fact that I have a better chance at moving before their Armorage because we're speed tying and I have the Quick Claw chance to proc. And at that point, maybe I can get 2 hits in before they get 2 hits in, and I kill them before they kill me. And I got scared, and I popped the Dragon Tera, thinking that they were going to go for a knockoff, or they were going to go for... I don't know. Shouldn't have done it. Good game to my opponent. Well, that's insane. A Monobug team. Okay. Very strange here in Ultra Ball. I'm a Venonat sitting there. There's no way that Venonat's coming, right? I gotta treat it serious. So we're gonna bring Torkoal. And we're going to bring Ursaluna. This is just the best way to do it. I'm treating it as serious as I can. What are the actual threats over there? The Volcarona went super far in the Baltimore Regional. It was like top 4. Rabambi doesn't get like Sleep Powder or anything. It gets like Pollen Puff. It gets Quiver Dance if you want that. Tailwind, probably. Yeah. And some Wide Guard from the Araquanid, too. Let's not forget about that. Okay. We're going to Trick Room. We're going to Shed Tail. This is a situation, too, where I feel like late game, we could run into a situation. I think I said this already in a battle, but Trick Room expires, Sceptile comes back out, and then Sceptile is faster than, I think, all of the Pokemon on my opponent's side when Trick Room's not up. And at that point, we'll also have full power acrobatics because I'm burning my Citrus Berry whenever I click Shed Tail. And obviously, this is a Monobug team, so acrobatics is good to have. I'm going to go Ursaluna here. I can't go into an Araquanid with Eruption, Heat Wave, Earth Power, Torkoal. Just can't do it. They're going to X Scizor into Ursaluna. Ooh, you know what? A Liquidation would hurt here. Oh, but they did it into the wrong Pokemon. Well. Cool stuff. Now I can even follow me. Yeah, now we follow me to get the free switch into the Torkoal while I just facade the Araquanid. What should happen here is I kill the Araquanid with facade. And then the Kleavor kills Indeedee. Yeah, Protect makes it tougher there. But they have Protect and Wide Guard. I think I'm going to click. Huh. They might not. I just did a thing that I think a lot of Pokemon players probably do, which is like whenever I run Araquanid, I don't run Protect. So I just am not operating with Protect being a possibility for Araquanid. Obviously, that's the incorrect impulse. Any Pokemon can have Protect. I have one turn of being able to Protect with Torkoal. I do have 3 turns of Trick Room. It's probably worth it. Even if we're still just scouting. I usually hate burning any Trick Room turns while it's up, going for Protect and whatnot. But there we see the Wide Guard. It would not have been worth it. I could have Earth Powered into the Kleavor too for neutral damage, but that probably wouldn't have been worth it either. We drop the Wide Guard user, and now we should be free game. And we call the... Okay. I'm happy with the Protect, okay? I'm not going to beat myself up about it anymore. Berm, you're worth it. The Baltimore Regionals were great, by the way. It was so much fun. If you haven't watched it yet, I won't spoil what ended up winning the whole thing. But, like, it was such a crazy playing field of, like, every single person had a different team, which is really fun to see. There was, like, a Hypno that made day 2. It's crazy, the kinds of stuff that people were getting to work. Wolf's team was insanely weird. It was good. It was good. You should go check it out. This is like the most overkill eruption. I'm going to facade into the Rabambi just because it probably has a Focus Sash. If anything does, it's the Rabambi. It's your call. Cool. So this is the team teaming once again. It's a fun team for the ladder. I mean, obviously, like, you saw me come up against some teams that made it was hard to play. Unfortunately, it kind of feels like Mimikyu is not the most optimal member of the team, even though Mimikyu is the most fun Pokemon to get behind a million different subs. And more reliably set up Trick Room. Like, I guess what you could do is lead with something that isn't Indeedee. Like, you could run Sceptile next to Ditto or something. Not that you necessarily want to lead Ditto, but like, Indeedee's the best way to help get up Shed-Tail or set Trick Room turn 1. Mimikyu is really great for its, you know, once it comes in, it's very easy to set up Trick Room, especially if you still have all of your subs up. Unfortunately, it feels like the best version of this team is the one that I just brought, and I think this was the team that I brought when I won the earlier game in this very video. And if you do that on the ranked ladder, you're just going to run into so many people who can't keep up with your momentum. And yeah, that's great for best of 1 on ladder, you know, because if somebody's not prepared for this specific kind of Trick Room, like you have the Psychic Terrain to stop Sceptile from being faked out in the first turn. You have different ways to, like with the momentum built from Follow Meing it for getting a free switch into Torkoal after Ursaluna is already burned from behind a sub. Like, there's just a lot of good synergies happening, and I hope that you enjoy the team. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for clicking on it in the first place. Every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is typically when I stream. I just want to say apologies to everybody, too. It's just been an insanely busy time in my work life, which is great news. But also not something that was happening when I was really doing a ton of YouTube. So while it is good, it has also resulted in me not being able to post as much as I would love to here during what is probably my favorite regulation in all of Scarlet and Violet. So apologies there. I'm still trying to get you the teams, and do come by the streams because I am still, sharing teams and battling against the chat and stuff over there. Thank you so much for clicking on this video in the first place. I sure do appreciate it. And yeah, why don't you click on one of these other videos, because there are other Regulation H teams featuring all the Paldean starters already on the channel.